Today, believe it or not, I'm going to be acquiring not one, but two more Mk1 Escorts. One of you guys out there is going to get the chance to own one of them. All right, Peter, welcome to the channel.
Thank you for having me. It's the only 5-door hatch version of the Toledo in the GLi version in Great Britain. Oh, mate, check that out. This will push any Mark II Golf 8-valve GTI down the road. Kit
on it.
Zac speed.
Zac speed. Yeah, there's loads of other modifications you had to do as well for it to accept this Capri body shell.
Yeah. Jägermeister decals over.
Oh, cool.
I think it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to look awesome. All right, so I mentioned that in this video I'm going to be acquiring two more Mk1 Escorts. Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Marcus Hayes, this is my beautiful girlfriend Kat, and today you join us out and about in Kat's plastic Ford Fiesta that she likes to call Roger. Now today, believe it or not, I'm going to be acquiring not one, but two more Mk1 Escorts to join my fleet. And what makes it even more cool is that one of you guys out there is going to get the chance to own one of them. But before we get to that, we're actually on our way to meet up with a subscriber called Peter. Now, Peter's a YouTuber himself. He actually builds and modifies RC cars, including loads that he's built up as Fords. So yeah, really looking forward to meeting up with Peter. I've been chatting to him online for quite a while, and yeah, I can't wait to check out some of his creations. I will leave a link to his channel in the description. Definitely go and subscribe to keep up to date with everything he gets up to in his world of remote control cars. But he's also got a seriously rare car for us to check out that actually isn't a Ford. All right, Peter, welcome to the channel.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to finally meet you.
You're welcome.
Now, it's fair to say that you're a bit of a wizard when it comes to building and modifying model RC cars. And I've actually been here ages already checking out some of Peter's work. But yeah, just head over to his channel and subscribe and see what he gets up to, because it's all really interesting. Now, you've actually got one of your latest projects, which you've been working on in the garage. We'll have a look at that in a minute, if that's all right.
Yep.
But currently we're standing in front of your quite rare Seat Toledo, correct me if I'm wrong, GLi?
1.8 GLi.
GLi, sorry. And this is basically a one of one, the only one in Great Britain, right?
It's the only 5-door hatch version of the Toledo in the GLi version in Great Britain. There are about 4 or 5 left in the world in total, but there are only 8 Seat Toledo 1Ls or 1L2s, like the pre-facelift model and the facelift model in Great Britain.
Now, you was telling me that these are actually like based on a Mark II Golf underneath, right?
Mark II Golf floor pan, and all they are, they're just extended. If I took all the panels off of this and put Mark II Golf panels on, it would be a stretched Mark II Golf. They're super rare cars, and I'm really pleased that I've got one.
Yeah.
And even though I've owned it for so long, I mean, you can see by the tax list last time it was on the road, but it will eventually get there. I will get it back on the road, but it's just a time factor.
Good things come to those who wait.
The only thing I really need welding on it are the outer seals, inner seals, 4 jacking points, and a bracket at the back where the petrol tank sits into it. Welding isn't my forte, but there are people out there that will show just as much enthusiasm to get it built.
I'm sure I can point you in the right direction of
excellent
someone like that. But yeah, I mean, inside you were showing me earlier that it's all stripped out and that. And you said you had a bit of a nightmare refitting the dashing and stuff, but...
All 4 floor pans, the front pans and the rear pans are all solid. It's just the outer seals and the jacking points that need doing.
Yeah.
Even if you check the bottoms of the doors, there's one little scab on the driver's door, but all the other 3 doors, even the tailgate, everything's smooth. The paint's faded more than anything, but nothing that a good buff up won't sort out.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, this is all still original colour paint. You know, it just needs a bit of polishing, and it was good as new.
One thing you were saying to me earlier that's interesting as well, like luckily things like the rubbers and things like that, because you know these things are based on the Mark II Golf, all the rubbers and stuff are the same as Mark II Golf, and East Kent trim supply all them bits. Around the back of this thing, it's got a really cool spoiler on the boot.
So this is the pre-facelift model, so only the GLIs came with the factory fitted body kit, but the facelift model comes round with the spoiler comes further up.
Cool, so the later
like
ones.
a proper GT
Yeah.
spoiler. The lip spoiler on the front bumper is different. Rear diffuser is different. It will come round, but instead of being like rounded, it'll have like slats in it.
All right.
Like some of those flash cars get.
And that was in the later ones, yeah?
On the later models.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing I haven't looked at yet is the engine in this thing.
Ready? Oh, mate, check that out.
I'm going to rip that out, put a VR6 turbo lump in it. So this is a 8 valve 1.8.
Yeah, basically a Golf GTI engine, single point injection system, one injector, feeding 4 ports. Where a Golf GTI would have had multi-point injection system, so you would have had 4 ports with 4 injectors. The thing about this being fast is that this is a single skin monocoque body, and most Golf GTIs are double skin.
So you was telling me earlier that even though this thing is bigger than a Golf, they're actually a lot lighter than a Golf.
Yeah, this will push any Mark II Golf 8 valve GTI down the road.
Anyone who watches my videos knows I'm all about power to weight ratio.
Yeah.
Right, so earlier you was telling me that you've actually done some bits on like the front suspension of this thing. There's quite a lot of components you sort of had to source, obviously, and
a lot of the parts that came off were rusted and seized up. A lot of the hardware, like the nuts and bolts, you'd undo a nut and it would just snap. Or you undo the bolt, and we've all had that, where it just shear off. I replaced on the front the new suspension legs, McPherson struts, new coil springs, had those made for me, tempered to £160, brand new top mount. I ordered one from GSF Car Parts because it was the only one in Great Britain, and the other one I had to order from ARP's spares in Germany. That took forever to turn up. New track control arms, new track rod ends, a poly bush throughout on the front, the steering rack rubbers. They were the hardest thing to do because you have to lower the front subframe, so you've got to have the engine supported to drop the arms, and then, oh mate, it's just a big job to do. And when you're doing it on your own and you don't know what you're doing, it makes it even 10 times harder.
yeah.
So I replaced everything on the front. The only thing I really need to do is the radiator. Need to replace that. The fan does work, but I want to go for a new aluminium radiator. I won't worry about painting it because a paint job can come later.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, all I want to do is, as long as it's got an MOT and it's legal, you know, I can buff it up one weekend. I can never make it look like fantastic. I mean, you can't polish a turd, but the thing is, you can make it look better than what it is. You know, and that's what it's about at the end of the day. Getting it, drive it, use it. That's what they're built for.
I've had a Mark II Golf in the past, like definitely a car that I'm like sort of fond of, and yeah, I just love how rare it is. I love that it's, you know, this particular model, this particular car is a one of one, and really cool that you're sort of bringing it back to life.
Slowly but surely.
So yeah, fair play to you. Alright, so it's time now to check out Peter's latest RC project that he's been working on, which is a Ford Capri. Alright, so this is the body shell for your latest project that you've been working on, a Ford Capri with what looks like a X-Pack kit on it.
Zack Speed.
Zack Speed, my mistake. But yeah, really cool sort of turquoise blue colour, would you call that?
Coral blue.
Coral blue. Now, one thing that I think is particularly cool about this project you've been working on is the chassis for it was actually supposed to be like a 6x6 setup,
drive.
and you basically converted it to be rear-wheel drive, and then yeah, there's loads of other modifications you had to do as well for it to accept this Capri body shell.
Yeah, the G601 chassis is a 1/18th scale, and the body shell is 1/8th scale. So I had to remove the centre axle and the wheels and the drive shafts and the cups, and convert it just to rear wheel drive. I've converted that so it just steers on the front like a real Capri would. This will only do about 10 mile an hour top speed, but I'm not building it to be fast. I'm building it that it will just look cool whilst it's driving across the grass or across the pavement. I've cut all the arch out, sort of design like a little bib spoiler for the front.
Yeah, that looks cool. And I know you're all about making sure that the wheels don't hit the body shell, like under compression of suspension. And
yeah, make sure that when the suspension compresses, just like a real car, you've got like your bump stops in there, so you can still get the suspension to work, and obviously you'll still get the body roll for the body that will turn. The suspension will compress, the suspension on the other side will raise up. You get the bump stops in there, because the last thing you want to do is build it all up, paint it, put your wheels on, go around the corner, and then your tyres take all the paint off the arch. The bib spoiler, the front grille, the bonnet, and the rear boot spoiler will be in black, and then I'll have some black vinyl on the windows. And then after that, I'll then put the Jägermeister decals over it.
Cool.
I need to paint around the headlights as well, get like a little Ford logo in the front grille, get the lights made up, and then I was going to go for a Zaxby's number plate. I think it'll be pretty cool. Yeah,
no, I think it's going to look awesome, man. I can't wait to see this all back together, especially with, your ideas for the decals and stuff. Obviously, did get to see this thing going for a bit of a test run around the warehouse at your work, but that was before you painted it, obviously. So yeah, definitely follow Peter's channel, as I've already said in this video, to keep up to date with what he gets up to with this Capri and his endless amount of other projects that he's involved in. But we're actually now going to be able to show you 2 projects that are finished. All right, so I mentioned that in this video I'm going to be acquiring 2 more Mk1 Escorts, and if we go in the back of Roger, we have 2 Mk1 Escorts.
This one is 1/12 scale. It's 170mm wide from the outside of the arch to the outside of the arch, whereas the standard Mark 1, without the bubble arches, is a 1/10 scale. So the chassis, obviously because my YouTube channel is called CW01 Creations, both of these cars are built on a CW01 chassis. So you'd have the bathtub chassis, front bumper, A-arms, battery door, standard gearbox, runs a standard 27-turn brushed motor, 10-tooth brass pinion, standard gears in the gearbox, standard lunchbox wheels. It is basically a lunchbox but with a different body shell on. There are 4 kits in the Tamiya range on the CW01 chassis. It is the lunchbox, which is the van, the Midnight Pumpkin, which is the Ford 1950 style pickup truck, the Unimog, which is the Mercedes-Benz like utility vehicle, and the Mitsubishi Pajero, which is like a 2-door pickup hardtop. They're all wheelie machines. They've all got the wheelie bar on the back. All the parts that would normally break on a CW01 are replaced with aluminium hop-ups. Try to make them as much markers proof as possible. Obviously you've got the rear stabiliser bar on the back. On the front you've got aluminium lower wishbones, aluminium shock absorbers. There is a inner wing brace bar that goes between the 2 front inner wings, and that's to stop the flexing of the chassis. They're all built just to have fun. They'll put a smile on your face if you're going 10 mile an hour or if you're going 50 mile an hour. They all do the same thing, and they're just built for a laugh.
They are awesome. I love how you've done all the modifications to make them stronger and stuff, put loads of thought into the builds, as you always do, and yeah, I can't wait to...
They're built with 100% enthusiasm.
Yeah.
There's a passion to it, and obviously it's one of those things that it just goes from one car to the next car. You'll never ever lose that passion. It's something that you've always wanted to do, and you'll always do it. No matter what car you're building, whether it be a Ford, a Morris, an Austin, it doesn't matter.
It's awesome. Over here you can see the remote control for them. Obviously there's another one for the other one, and yeah, I can't wait to take one of these for a spin, which I will be doing in this video, but not right now. Peter, we've got to get out your way, but massive thanks for everything you've done for me.
You're more than welcome.
I love the models, and obviously one of my subscribers is going to love one of them, and I can't wait to take my one for a test drive. Well, I suppose we could test them both and race them. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll chat to you soon.
All right, good man.
Cool.
Thanks for coming around.
Hello, so as you've just seen, I have been giving both of these RC Escorts a little bit of a test drive here at home. Now, when Peter first got in touch with me about these, he basically wanted to build me this one so that I could play with myself, and he wanted to help the channel out by building this one so that I could raffle it off to one of you guys, and then that was going to bring in some revenue for the channel. You know, it was just Peter's way of helping the channel, which is very much appreciated. Now, the plan was in this video to take this one for a proper tear up outside and show you that in this video, but there's two main reasons why I'm not going to be doing that. The first is that the weather has been terrible the last couple of days, and yeah, I don't want to take it out in the rain. But the second reason is I've actually decided to do a raffle as planned, but I'm going to give the winner the choice between these two Escorts, because I think there might be some of you guys out there that would rather have, you know, the one that looks like Esther, my Mk1 Escort, and then on the other hand there'll be some of you guys out there that will prefer to have this bubble arched red one instead. So I don't want to take either of these out for a proper tear up, because I don't know which one is going to be going to the winner of the raffle. So the way the raffle is going to work is you can go over to my website at marcushayesuk.com and you'll be able to purchase an entry to the raffle. The tickets are £4.99 each, which I think is very reasonable considering that both of these models cost hundreds of pounds to build. You know, when you consider all the upgrades that Peter's put into them to make them Marcus proof in his words, and you know, that's without the countless hours and hours and hours that have gone into building them. I'd urge you all to go and search, you know, Tamiya CW01 kits online. They are really expensive to buy, you know, and then you've still got to build them up yourself. And, you know, you can't get one with a Mk1 Escort body. You know, you have to buy the body separate. Peter's done a lot of work trimming the body, obviously painting it. And as I say, you know, all the upgrades he's done, you know, all the aluminium parts like the suspension, the bracing. Yeah, there's a few quid in these models. Now, the winner is also going to win a pack of my Marcus Hayes air fresheners, a pack of stickers, a genuine carbon fibre MH keyring, and a cap of your choice from the ones that are in stock on my website. So yeah, the prize is massive. And yeah, good luck to all you guys that do decide to jump on the raffle, and massive thanks to everyone who decides to jump on the raffle as well, because you know, it is an awesome way to support and represent the channel. Now, the first 50 entries are going to win one Marcus Hayes air freshener and a random MH decal. So the first 50 entries, you're going to get your money's worth in merchandise anyway, and you'll be in with a chance to win your choice of these awesome Escort RC cars. Now, definitely go online and search for CW01 or, you know, Tamiya Lunchbox videos on YouTube, just to see how much fun these things are when you do take them out and, you know, have a proper tear up. You know, they are wheelie machines, they're really fast, and I can't wait for one of you guys to win one so that then I know which one is mine, so that I can then go and have a proper tear up with it. And yeah, when that time comes, I will be obviously filming that for a video on here. So as I say, head over to my website if you'd like to jump on the raffle for your chance to win a choice of these Escort RC cars. I'll put all the details on the listing on my website. This is a worldwide thing. You know, I'm going to cover the postage, so wherever you are in the world, if you win, I'll post whichever one you choose to you. It'll obviously include the controller. I've got 2 brand new batteries, you know, these are still in the packet, and I've got a charger. The only thing is, if you are overseas, so if you're not in Great Britain, I won't be able to send you the batteries. I'm not sure about the rules of sending batteries abroad. So yeah, but you know, if you're in Great Britain, then you know, you'll get the full kit and the merchandise that I've already mentioned. But yeah, either way, you know, if you are overseas, you are still eligible, but it might not include the batteries, but you know, these can be bought separately online. Definitely get your entries in as soon as you can. Just head over to my website at marcushayesuk.com. You'll see at the top of the screen there'll be a tab for raffle. Click into that and then you'll be able to purchase your entry to the raffle from that page. It's £4.99 per entry. You know, you can have as many entries as you like. Oh, one more thing. If you're a Patreon, then you're automatically gonna get 2 entries. So anyone who is a Patreon, at the time of me doing the draw, you will automatically have 2 entries, but feel free to go onto my website and, you know, purchase some extra entries. And don't forget, the first 50 entries that are purchased from my website is going to get a free air freshener and a free MH decal. So you're basically getting your money's worth in merchandise and getting an entry to win one of these RC Escorts. So I think that's everything. If I have forgotten anything, feel free to put it in the comments and I'll answer any questions that you've got. If you could all do me a massive favour and head over to the CW01 Creations YouTube channel and give Peter a follow, I'd really appreciate it. And I want to send a massive thanks out to Peter for very kindly building up both of these RC Escorts. But yeah, other than that, let me know in the comments which one of these you would choose if you win the raffle. So that is the end of this video. Massive thanks to everyone who's got this far. If you did think it was any good, please do give it a thumbs up and a share. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Click subscribe if you're new. Feel free to follow me on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. Check out my website for merch and parts. Massive thanks to my patrons for your ongoing support. I'll leave all the links to everything in the description along with my email address for anyone who wants to contact me. But other than that, until next time, thanks for watching.